New York City. And
Now News Extra on KNEB, and here's Kevin Mooney.
thank you, Dennis. Good morning, everyone. We're going to talk about the 5th annual Light of Hope Breakfast coming up at the Gering Civic Center on September 5th at 7 a.m. And we have Captain Brian Wasson here to talk about CAPstone, and we have Katie Camacho, who was the founder of this particular event when it came here to Scottsbluff, and Andrea Rein's here from C.A.S.A as well. So we'll start with Katie, and she can explain how this all came about once you moved here from Colorado Springs.
Well, when I moved back from Colorado Springs about 5 years ago, actually 5 or 6 years ago, I had been very involved with C.A.S.A down there, and the Light of Hope Breakfast is one of their largest fundraisers. And immediately when I moved back, my boss, Jeannie McCarrigan, got me in touch with the C.A.S.A director and got me involved with that board of directors. And we decided for this area, it'd be nice to partner with another organization if we were going to try to do an event like Light of Hope. We thought CAPstone would be the perfect partner for that, in that we're both dealing with kids who have been victims in some way. And so the idea got moving very quickly. I mean, we started talking about it, I think, in October of the 1 year, and we were having our first Light of Hope the next year. So it got moving very quickly, and it's really just a great way to raise not only awareness for what these agencies deal with, but also generate volunteers for C.A.S.A, and also raise money for the organizations. So that was those are our two main focuses, is raising awareness and also raising money.
Yeah, and it's done very well. You've raised about $25,000-$30,000 every time you do this, right?
That's right. Our first year, we raised just right at about $10,000 for each agency. And last year, and that's after expenses, and last year we were over $17,000 for each agency. So it's really become, an essential fundraiser for us both.
Yeah, okay. So we'll hand the mic over to Brian, and he can talk about CAPstone. Now, explain what CAPstone is and how important it is for you guys with the police department.
Well, CAPstone's a child advocacy center. We do all the forensic interviews of children that are essential to the prosecution and resolution of these cases. We also
These are children that have been abused,
whether physically, sexually, or otherwise. It's a pretty significant problem here and everywhere really. And events like this really highlight the need for these both groups really. Us ahead of the prosecution, and them during and after as well. The one thing that Katie forgot to mention would be the success of this is largely on her shoulders and Jeannie's. They both do a very good job in organizing, managing, and keeping us on track throughout the planning and stuff, and that's greatly appreciated. So CAPstone and C.A.S.A's relationship, partnership is, like Katie said, it just
kind of
makes
before
sense.
and after, right?
Absolutely,
isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah, it really is, because you guys use CAPstone to make sure that the victims have a place where they can explain what happened in an environment.
And advocacy starts immediately following that.
Right.
That's where it kind of begins, and through the court system, C.A.S.A picks it up right there as well, and we kind of work simultaneous even to some degree for a period of time, and it works out very well.
Yeah, okay. And one other thing before we hand it over to Andrea here, CAPstone has a new place right now, a new facility. It's worked out very well.
Yes, we're over at 900 P Street in Gering, behind the HHS building, very, very close proximity to the courthouse and Health and Human Services.
Yeah. Okay, so it's worked out real well. All right, we'll give it to Andrea, and I know you can explain how you guys kind of take the ball after it gets into court with your volunteers that are helping those children that are in court and have been abused, and working with the families, right?
Sure. CASA stands for Court-Appointed Special Advocates. All of our volunteers are assigned by a judge to start working with children that are within the court system. due to abuse and neglect. Our volunteers are really there to advocate for the children. The judges say, they're the extra set of eyes and ears for the kids while they're progressing or their cases are going through the court system. Just a wonderful group of people with big hearts, doing great things for the community and for the kids. We currently have 17 volunteers and are training 4 more. So this year alone, we've already served 71 children within Scottsbluff County.
That's fantastic that you serve 71, but it's unfortunate there's 71
Sure.
out there, isn't it?
Sure, and there are definitely more. So we're always looking for volunteers or people that are willing to help with CAPstone and C.A.S.A.
Yeah. Do you guys have a training? Don't you have kind of a training thing coming up pretty soon?
We do. We're currently doing an online training. It's a different type of learning for those that that are working full time and don't necessarily have the time during the day to do the training. It's just 15 hours of online training and then 15 hours in classroom training to become a C.A.S.A volunteer.
Okay. So if you're interested in helping out children and with the court system, and it's really very easy, you just go through the training. And how many hours do you think the volunteers put forward every month or so?
It varies. It depending on the size of the family that a volunteer is working with. I would say anywhere 4 to 8 hours a month. It varies with how many children are in a case.
Yeah. Okay. So if folks want to do that, how do they get a hold of you?
They could give us a call. The number for C.A.S.A is 672-2922.
Okay, 672-2922. And if people want to purchase tickets, well, actually, the tickets are absolutely free. The idea here is to raise money at the breakfast, right?
Right. Right now, what we're really looking for is if anybody would like to be a corporate sponsor, they can certainly call the C.A.S.A or the CAPstone office, and we'll get them to the right person for doing a corporate donation. We have different levels available for that, ranging from our bronze level of $250 to platinum of $1,000. So we'd always like to have more corporate sponsors, and then we have table captains that actually invite members of the community to come to the event. But if someone would like to come, they are welcome to call C.A.S.A and CAPstone as well, and we'll find them a seat.
Okay. That is September 5th, 7 a.m. over at the Civic Center, the 5th Annual Light of Hope Breakfast. It's a wonderful event. Bring your checkbook. Help out these folks. They'd appreciate it very much.
That's right.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you for
it.
having us.